Are you getting bogged down by the continuous quarterback talk surrounding Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, et cetera, et cetera? Are you just getting overwhelmed with the continuous talking heads, just talking about what they've heard, what they think, et cetera, et cetera? Well, if you are, you're in the right spot because what we're going to do is we're not just going to talk about it. We're not just going to go back and forth with hypotheticals. Let's watch some film. Let's get into the tape. Let's just let the tape speak for itself. And we'll just sit back, relax, and see what the tape says to us. We're not making any proclamations. We aren't going to do any projections. Nothing. That's not what we're here for today. With all this continued talk about Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, Brock Purdy, the one guy that we really haven't seen, unless you've gone out and done your own research, is Sam Darnold. And so, with the Sam Darnold conversation continuing to just ramp up, let's not talk about it. Let's just watch. Let's watch objectively on whatever. I don't care. We're just going to get into the tape and see what the tape shows us right after this. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. So, again, thank you for joining us. And as I can see by the comments, we're already juiced up, spicy, ready to go. And this is exactly why we are here. Stoner Foo says, let's not overdo it, all right? Just because some sports journalists reckon that Sam will beat out Trey for the starting job doesn't mean jack she. And that's exactly kind of the overarching theme of today. The theme of today's show is like, all right, man, like you know what it is. We've gotten beat reporters. We heard the situation with Sam Darnold from Matt Mayoko saying he's the greatest right here, the greatest thrower in franchise has ever seen. And then you had, I was at the event where Kyle Shanahan spoke about the quarterback for a solid 30 minutes, and he didn't disagree with Matt Mayoko. You've got this talking head saying that talking head saying these fans fighting about that, these fans. Listen, whether you are pro Trey, pro Brock, and the very, very rare segment of you that might be pro Sam Darnold, what this we're doing today is just watching. That's it. Because I'm tired of talking about this guy said this, that guy said this. Who we don't know, and we will continue not to know what is going to go down with Sam Darnold, Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy until all three of them are on the field during practice. Then we will have a much better idea how things are going to go. So what we're going to do today, it's May 17th. We've got no OTAs. We've got really nothing other than this continuing conversation about Sam Darnold, Trey Lance. So why not? I thought let's just sit back and let the tape do the talking. All we're going to do is we're just going to talk about what we're seeing. And so I'm going to pull up I got no notes. These are the fun ones. Like, I've watched this tape before, but with this, I got no notes. I got 0 talking points. I've got nothing. And that's the beauty of what we're going to do today. The beauty of what we're going to do today is we're just going to this. I loved what Kyle Shanahan said at the event. He said, we're going to let the silent film tell us. We're going to let the silent film dictate who the starting is. That's it. So what are we going to do today? We're going to let the silent film, aka the all 22, do the talking today. That's it. And we're just going to talk about what we see. That's it. No projections. No, this guy's starting over that guy. I guarantee you, a lot of you in here haven't done a full tape study on Sam Darnold. And so when you hear all this conversation about Sam Darnold, you're just like, God, make it stop. Well, instead of just talking about it, let's watch. Let's see. Let's see what the hype is about, shall we? Let's see, is there the things that stand out? And again, how we're going to go through this and contextualize this is like, what is Kyle like? We know Kyle has a very how do I say this? He has feels like a type, right? Like Brock Purdy kind of slots into like the type. You think of Jimmy Garoppolo, you think of CJ Beathard, Nick Mullins, you think of those kinds of guys, and you're like, all right, how does Sam Darnold fit into this? We know Kyle Shanahan has liked Sam Darnold since USC. We know Kyle Shanahan tried to trade for Sam Darnold in 2021. All right, well, let's just watch. What are we watching here? Okay. So this is we have 6 games from Sam Darnold last year, and I hear a lot of, talk about his stats. Listen, I'm not a big stat guy. I'll be the first to always tell you that. I am not huge on stats. I am tape. I'm trying to incorporate stats into my analysis more just so I can be more well-rounded. But I'm a tape guy. I'm visual. That's probably part of my ADHD. I'm just a visual human. I like to see things. I like to like actually see like the things. We can always use stats to kind of corroborate what we see, but I don't like to do it the other way around. I don't like to look at stats and have the stats tell me the story. I like to watch the tape and have the tape tell me the story, probably because I'm partly dyslexic and have ADHD, but also I just like watching the tape. So let's take this is the first play of the game. This was towards the back end of the season for Sam Darnold. All right. And the contextual reference here is what we're watching. What does Kyle Shanahan do? This play, we will see Kyle run. You got pre-snap motion. You got a tight end to the left. You have a wide receiver, not necessarily playing tight end, but kind of off the line of scrimmage in that kind of tight stance, obviously to the line of scrimmage. Could this be a run left? Potentially. They go play action. Guess what? Kyle Shanahan loves play action. Okay. We get Sam Darnold dropping, hits the hitch. What does he do? Works his way up into the pocket around the pressure from the right. He feels it and sees it right away, puts himself in position to step up into that's pretty clean pocket outside the kind of initial pressure to the outside, steps up, slings it, dart. Okay. Do we understand that Kyle would probably like this, right? And I think this is what we're going to do. Because we're getting to that point in the offseason, we're definitely going to break down Trey, and we are definitely going to break down Brock Purdy. We're just going to break down everyone because we got some time to kill this offseason. But because Sam Darnold is consistently talked about right now so much, this is what we're doing today. We're just watching. Let's watch. And we can theoretically see that this is something that Kyle probably would like, right? And let's face it, it's a good throw. On a line, right between the numbers, DJ Moore. Okay. There we go. First play. All right, not bad. Not bad. I like it. I can see how that would translate to the Kyle Shanahan scheme. Let's see what the next play is. Again, I'm just running this. I got no agenda. We got time to kill. It's off season. Let's watch some tape. Okay, what does Kyle love to do as well? Loves to run screen game. Okay. Crisp, effective, accurate. Big part of Kyle's offense last year is one of the things that helped elevate the offense when Brock Purdy came in was his ability to execute screen and get the ball out quickly and accurately. That was a huge reason why the screen game took off last year when Brock Purdy came in opposed to Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was always kind of mediocre when it came to running screen game. He just wasn't super accurate in the flat, or it just is what it is. uh but Something we're gonna look for. Okay. We don't want to see the runs. We don't care about the runs, Deontay or Donta Foreman, future Bear. Even though I like Foreman quite a bit. He had a good year. Okay, what do we got? Okay, we can do this. We can do this all day. Just imagine that's Christian McCaffrey or Debo Samuel. Get a little, what is this? A little orbit motion. Get a little orbit motion. Hold the safety with the eyes. Flip it out. It's effectively a run, but hey, accurate on a line. Is that a first down? Okay, not bad. Let's see what else. What else we doing, Sammy? Show us something. Nice handoff. Good stuff. Oh, look at Icky though. This is always going to happen to me. Left tackle. I love Icky. He was my number one tackle in that class. He got that Trent Williams in him. Look at him. Squirrel. We're watching tackles now. Look at Icky, bro. Left tackle. Look at this guy. He's going to be one of the good ones. Sorry, squirrel. You guys know me. I get distracted by quality offensive line play. All right, Sam, what are we cooking? Okay. All right. That wasn't pretty. People in the chat. Ooh. Oh, we got a penalty, though. What do we got? Pass interference? All right. I like the read. Ball placement actually isn't too bad because DJ couldn't separate because you got a hip. You got held. So he couldn't. Whoops. Look at DJ Jones. Or not DJ Jones. DJ Moore. Whoops that corner. Gets him thinking outside leverage. It looks like he's playing screen. You see how Chenault is going to the outside. Looks like he's playing screen, trying to get outside shoulder. DJ releases and gets held. So that's probably why the timing isn't there. I don't mind the read. Don't mind the shot. You can see DJ instantly throws his hands up. Okay. Not necessarily on Sam. Penalty. All right, what's the next play? Okay. What do we got? Standard drop back, touchdown. Okay. We like touchdowns. This is you got two tights on the line of scrimmage. We get mini play action. At least you get kind of a run action look from the running back. Hits his plant foot, kind of delivers it into, I mean, he puts it in a spot where it has to be. That's the only spot that this ball can go. Obviously, you have looks like the safety. That looks like I think that's Winfield, kind of trailing. You also have what looks to be a cornerback come off the wide receiver, and you have another DB. So he throws it right into the pocket where it has to be. Okay. Do you think Kyle could work with this? I mean, again, touchdown. We saw what Brock Purdy did to this defense too. So, that was a good throw. Like whether you like Sam Darnold, whether you don't like Sam Darnold, that was a good throw. I think he made the correct read. Let's try to see a little bit more of what the defensive structure looks like. So they run a 4-3, three down offensive linemen. Looks like two outside linebackers. You got one of the safeties playing up to the line of scrimmage. You got single high. Looks like you got man on the outside. Looks like you got man on the outside. 23 Bales. Tremble does a good job of cutting it off, kind of finding that soft spot. I can't tell if it's, I don't know. That looks like cover three, actually. I'm not a coverage guy. I'll be the first to tell you. I'm not an expert when it comes to coverage. I'm more of a trench guy, but that kind of looks like cover three. You see the way everything kind of plays out. So that looks more like cover three. But again, good throw. Nonetheless, hey, it's there. Take it, complete it, touchdown, accurate. Okay. So far, so good, right? So Sam's doing what is being asked of him. I haven't seen anything crazy. I haven't seen like an issue with processing yet. So far, he's been accurate. So far, he's been accurate. Okay. Don't need to watch the run. Let's see what else we got. Screen game. Again, Kyle loves a screen game. Got to get it out quick. Got to be accurate. I think that's the number one keys for a quarterback is you got to get that thing out there in a hurry because the timing, the blocking, it's predicated on how quickly you can get the ball out, and it is also very important to be accurate on the screen, in my opinion. So again, it's nothing high, nothing crazy, nothing high level, but just got to take what's in front of you. All right. Oh, Sammy Wheels. Don't show Kyle this. Don't show Kyle this. We're gonna see Sammy Wheels in a 49ers uniform. We're gonna get quarterback power with Sam Darnold. I mean, to be fair, that's the correct read. Look at the defensive end, absolutely selling out to get the running back. So this is the correct read, but the defense wasn't fooled. You had Levante David right there. You had a safety, so he had to cut back inside. But how funny would it be if Sam was able to cut this more at an inside angle and just broke it? Look at Sammy Wheels, baby. Don't show Kyle. Don't show Kyle. We're gonna get Sam Darnold quarterback power. Oh, good stuff. Again, if you're just joining us, all we're doing is letting the play speak for itself. That's it. That's it. Uh-oh. Oh. Good decision. Good decision. It kind of broke down on him. All right. What are we going to get? A play action boot. Okay, play action boot. Doesn't like it. Oh, we get a little make a miss action. A little make a miss. Oh, look at that. Gets clobbered. But hey, I'll take it. Makes the correct decision. You live to play another down, even though he got absolutely destroyed. Oh my goodness. Oh, he got sandwiched. Ouch. That one hurts. Let's see. Did he make a correct read here? You got who's that? 82 looks like he's getting mugged. Looks like he even got a little Levante David muggage going on. So two muggages. From the looks like is that tight ends. 35 and great leverage for that. So absolutely stuffed. Yes, you have 84 flash open, but man, it is so rare that you're going to go all the way across your body to find that, especially when that's not the part of the field that you're reading. So I don't think that's an issue. I think it's correct decision. Nothing's open. Make a guy miss, get the ball out. So nothing's open on that particular play. I don't have a problem. Again, I think this is where we what we want to see from Sam Darnold in these types of scenarios if he ever plays for the 49ers is right. We don't want to see him force things. Like this to me, this incompletion is great because he didn't force anything. He didn't try to too much. He tried to get himself open to be able to get the ball out, not take a sack. Okay. Okay. I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. I think when you look at the kind of reputation that Sam Darnold has of, seeing ghosts, forcing things into coverage, I don't mind. That to me seems like, oh, Sammy Wheels. Oh, wait, hey, this is the second time. This is the second time that Sam's pulled it. And again, it's the correct read. You have nine come flying downhill. It's the correct read, and Sam makes a business decision and says, "I'm not dying today. Not today, Satan. Not today." He just gets down. Okay, 3rd and 10. All right, how does he do situationally in this particular instance? Situationally, what do we got? Broken screenplay. So 3rd and 10, they go wide receiver screen, and it is absolutely covered. So again, I don't even mind this decision either. Levante David, not buying it. He saw it coming the whole way. Everyone saw it coming the whole way. So I don't mind that. I would say when we're talking about processing, that's a good business decision. Because look at where 31 is. That's actually if DJ Moore catches this, that's a loss of yardage. So I view that as him making a business decision of not losing yards. So growth, growth out of Sammy, growth. Oh, play action boot. No, was that a boot? I don't know if that was a boot. Oh, play action. What do we got here? All right. He calls something. He saw something. You see the hand. He calls something. I've no idea what he saw or what he's changing or if it's a dummy. I don't know. But it looks like he's calling something out. So you're going to get the play action, turns it back to defense, finds his spot. This is where he wants the ball out. So wherever he's going, it's not open right away. I want to see potentially where he's looking. So he whips his head around. Both wide receivers that are running up the seams do not have their eyes open. You have what looks to be is that Devin White? So that's a difficult throw if he goes to Terrace Marshall. Ooh, that DJ Moore throw would have been an interesting one. That would have been a hard one, but that would have been interesting. So I could see why he's not going Terrace because he would have to layer that in. That could be a difficult throw. And see if I get a better angle here. So you could see Terrace kind of by the NFL logo. You got Devin White. Maybe he can make that throw. I don't know. But hey, he feels the pressure. Come from the inside for Vita Vea. He escapes out, resets, throws. And Is that a catch or a fumble? I don't know. Gets it over outstretched arm. Dart. So again, when we're talking about Kyle Shanahan's scheme, we're talking about like what Kyle asks of his quarterbacks. I think so far what we're seeing with Sam Darnold is like you could see Sam doing this with that throw if that throws to Brandon Ayuk or Debo Samuel, and again you get inside pressure, you slip out. It's nothing crazy. Like it's nothing crazy, but it's efficient, it's effective, and looks like it was a completion. Let's see, what was the down and distance before that? Oh no, they call it incomplete. I don't know. They call it a fumble. I think they called it a fumble. All right, let's see what else we got. I don't care about that. 2nd and 7. What do we got, Sammy? Oh, uh-oh. We got a fumble. That's on Sam. Judging by this, the ball hit him in the hands. Ball hit him in the hands, dropped it, recovered though. Okay. Obviously, you don't want to see him fumble. Trying to look at the snap exchange. I mean, it looks like the center got it back. Doesn't look like the center. Yeah, the center got it there. So just a fumble by Sam, but heads up play, I guess, to get the ball out. But hey, there's a fumble. And I would say, again, just based on what I can see, that looks like it's more on Sam than the center because I do see the ball back there. So, little fumble. Little fumble. Can't have that. But he recovered. Okay. Oh, what's this? Oh, he wasn't ready for it. I don't think. What is going on here? Look at his head. He's clearly not ready for it. Look, I don't know what the heck that was. He's not ready for it. Whose fault that is? I mean, all the offensive linemen are moving. So I don't know. But he clearly wasn't prepared for that snap. But he recovered. Not everything's going to be perfect in football. Not everything's going to be perfect. Like I talk about the offensive line, you can get beat initially, but can you recover? And with Sam, the things that we always are trying to try to analyze is like how does he recover from things? How can he be able to, like, does he spiral when mistakes happen? Does a mistake translate into multiple mistakes? So he was able at least to recover that situation. This looks like a good pass to me. Looks like Chenault faded to the inside a little bit. If he kept his original angle, probably would have been fine. Still hit him in the hands. It's a catchable ball. Catch that ball. Catch that ball, Chenault. But again, you get a sense he's got some accuracy to him. He's got some zip to him. Ooh, go for it. Ooh, are they going for it? Ooh, 4th and 3. Going for it. Empty set. Trips right. That's not trips. But still, empty set. So 4th and 3 on Sammy. All right. Sam Darnold. All right, so this is a gotta have it play. Gotta have it play. You got no running back. So look at so this is I like this play for this particular instance because he knows this looks like a zero. So they're bringing zero blitz. Yep. They're bringing both outside guys and Devin White. So they got one, two, three, four. So they got 5 on 6 right here. So clearly, Sam knows that he is at a numbers disadvantage up front. He knows where protection is sliding. Protection is sliding to the left, which means the right guy, which is Joe Tyron Shriinku, I think is how you say his name, um, is not being blocked. So he has a free rusher and he knows where that's coming from. So he fades. That fade buys him enough time because, as you can see, if he drops back and stays on the hash, by the time Joe is to the hash, that would be a sack. So there is some awareness here that you have to give him credit for to be able to understand the protection, understand how the blitz is coming at him, being able to fade it, and then throw over 98 to the sideline, 4th and 3, first down. Got it to DJ, feed in, first down. And again, guys, I see the chat kind of going back and forth. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Like, really, who cares? Who cares if you're a Trey fan? Who cares if you're a Brock fan? Who cares if you're a Sam Darnold fan? Who cares? Like, honestly, who cares? No one cares. No one cares. Nobody cares. No one cares. All right. And again, purpose of today is just we're watching. What do we have with Sam Darnold? What did the 49ers get with Sam Darnold? We hearing all this talk. Oh, screw the talk. Let's watch the tape. What does the tape tell us? I care less about you pro Brock Purdyers, your pro Trey Lancers, or your pro Sam Darnolders. I don't care. I literally could care less because all I'm looking for is a quarterback that's competent, capable, executes the scheme, and wins freaking football games. That's all I care about. So, what do we think about this chat? Can we get the chat to focus on the task at hand of just watching the tape? What do you think of this? What do we think of this chat? It's not bad. Touchdown. Accurate. So it looks like Trey Lance and Josh Allen will be throwing at the tight end U. So there you go. Trey Lance, George Kittle hooking up for tight end U. Nice. But again, today's exercise. Can Kyle Shanahan work with this? I think he can. Now, we're not making projections about starting or whatever. We're just saying, can Kyle work with this? I think Kyle can work with this. What does that mean for training camp? No idea. But cornerback, it's got his back to the quarterback, lets it rip right in the breadbasket. Touchdown. So again, like I know people don't like Sam Darnold. I really know it's turning into this whole situation with all that stuff. But what we're looking at is, can this guy be competent? Can he be competent in Kyle's scheme? And so far, again, it's one game that we're watching, but so far I haven't seen anything that would make me feel like super unconfident about like Sam's abilities. Like so far in this game, I mean, we're made it, we're a little bit over a quarter of the way through. We've got 2 touchdowns so far. Um, really hasn't had any inaccurate passes, and he looks to be operating the offense pretty well for the most part. Um, I see zip on the football. I see accurate passes. I see a guy who can play in this scheme. Does that mean he's going to overtake Trey Lance or Brock Purdy? It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is, does everyone who's making Sam Darnold out to be dog water, which, like let's face it, man, like Sam has struggled a ton in his career up until this point. But what we're trying to understand we knew he was in poor situations, but like at this stage in his career at 25 years old, can Sam Darnold be effective in a Kyle Shanahan scheme? And that's really all it comes down to. We'll find out who's winning what in training camp. That's not the conversation today. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What do we get? Oh, another one. Just on point, on perfect timing. So again, another snap that he's not ready for. What's going on here? So we got 2 fumbles now. So we got 2 fumbles from Sammy at this point. Both snaps, he's not ready. So would love to know, is that on Sam? Is that on the center? Something's off. Something is off. But another fumble. This one, they didn't get it back. That was ugly. Okay, how does he respond? He's ready for that snap. There we go. Ooh, sack. Not a good sequence. Not a good sequence. Icky. Oh no, this is running back versus blitzing nickel. Does that Chuba Hubbard get absolutely wrecked? Nothing's open. So nothing's open. Sack. Okay, 2 bad plays back to back. Fumble. Hard to discern whose fault is on the fumble. No one's open on the sack. gets taken down. Okay. Two unfortunate plays back to back. They're trying to eat up ground, simple screen game, not trying to get too crazy with it. Okay, 3rd and 19. What do they do with 3rd and 19? Nothing. They give up. They said, punt, we'll come back. We'll try something else out. They said, nah, not this time. Oh, wait. Oh, it's 4th and 18, 4 seconds left. So never mind. They said we're going to go for it because what do we have to lose? And nothing. Nice. Okay. Not great. Not a great way to end the half. How's Sammy going to respond? Not a great way to end the half. And we get some Sammy Wheels back. Sammy Wheels. All right. Let's see. Can we get do we get Sam crumbling or does Sam bounce back? Looks like he went for the back shoulder. That one was a little off. All right. So we've gotten our first stretch where things are kind of looking a little ugly. Not looking super pretty right now. So we had the fumble, we had the sack, we had the end of half. Now he's getting his first opportunity back at it. Again, biggest thing with Sam is like, how does he respond when things kind of start spiraling on him? So right now, I'd say it's spiraling. Ooh. Okay. Not bad for someone who's got kind of got things spiral. Ooh, Sammy. Sammy. Again, it wasn't looking too pretty there for Sam. We had a couple bad plays in a row. And that's a dart. Whew. Sheesh. I mean, that's a throw that you sit back and you go, that's why he was a number 3 overall pick. Like these throws are a reminder of why he was the number 3 overall pick because he can do that. Like, look at how fast that ball comes out. Like there, you see Levante David. Levante David is fast. He's a fast linebacker, and he's got to zip it into that window, and he hits Buddy in stride. Great. It's a great read. It's a great read too. Woo! Woo! I don't care what the name is on the back of your jersey. You making that throw, that's a good throw. I don't care what the name is on the back of your jersey. That could be Joe Montana. That's a good throw. That's a dart. Wake up, honey. Is that a Sam? Is that a Sam Darnold dart? What? Man, training camp's going to be a blast. I can't wait. Training camp is going to be phenomenal. If we got Trey Lance, we got the best version of Trey Lance. We get the best version of Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold throws a pick. Come on, Sam. Okay. So now we went from good throw, play action to a pick. So this play, I don't know who or what? I like the read. Okay. You get a it's this is a tight end, by the way, from my understanding. I believe 84 is a tight end. The cornerback just sits in the hip pocket and undercuts it. Based on when Sammy throws it, you looking at this leverage, the receiver clearly has the underneath leverage when Sam throws this. So I don't know if Sam is trying to give him an opportunity to basically come back to the ball by trying to throw it more inside, but it's a combination. I think it's a poor effort by the receiver, and also if Sam were to let this thing, you can see it looks like a touch. He's trying to touch this in there. If he just put this thing out on the goal line more, I think I think if you put this more out on the goal line, you have a better shot of completing that. So, not great. Interception, not good. Never want to throw an INT. Would love to again, these are these moments where you're like, "All right, whose fault is it really?" I Sam's obviously at fault. He threw it interception, but I want to know what Sam's thinking here because you can tell he's not like you see the way he flicks it. That's a touch throw. He's putting it up there I think for his guy to go get it, but his guy didn't go get it. The other guy went and got it and absolutely just boxed him out. So, not the best. All right, we got a pick. How we responding, Sammy? How we bouncing back? So those are the things right there, right? Those types of plays that when you think of Sam Darnold, you kind of think of like, like man, it was there. I don't mind the read, don't love the throw, don't necessarily love the effort by the wide receiver, but I don't love the throw either. I didn't think it was a terrible throw. I've seen worse throws. And in one-on-one situations, I fully believe on putting it up and giving your guy an op to go get it. I 100% like, but oh geez. Ooh, whew, woo. All right, what do we make of this play? So this is a big completion. While getting destroyed, isn't able so like this is like the polar opposite, I think, of like the other play where like this I don't think this is not the best throw because he's just kind of chucking it up there. Oh, he got rocked. But DJ went and got it. That's the difference. DJ went and got that ball. Dang, he couldn't like he's getting rocked. That ball still went like 60 yards down near. He threw that from the 15 to opposite side 35 while getting destroyed. Hey, not bad. Not doesn't it's not a throw where I'm like, it's probably the best decision, but hey, they completed it. So we still get a glimpse, right, of some of that old Sam. So this is why the Sam Darnold eval is an interesting one because I think you see the glimpses where you're like, yeah, I see why you were the number 3 overall pick. And then you're like, okay, well, that wasn't the best throw or the best decision in the world. We got 2 fumbled snaps. Like this throw, again, it's a nitpick, but get this thing down, get it out in front, especially when you have such tight coverage like that. Oh, that thing like did a curve. You see how that ball curved? That's crazy. He threw like a curveball. So, I think what we're seeing here is 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 he going to be able to challenge Trey? Because that's what the whole conversation is about. Is he going to challenge Trey? I don't know. But you see the traits that Sam has, but you would have to assume if Trey Lance can be effective and efficient and consistent with his throws, you would think that he could hold off Sam. But I think it all comes down to is which version of Sam do we get? Do we get the one that looks good, standing tall in the pocket, delivering darts? Or do we get the Sam that maybe not so much? Like that was almost a really good throw, but way better coverage. And again, got to put that thing out a little bit more. So you started off good, has kind of slowed down. And no, then he throws a touchdown. So I think a lot of the questions still kind of remain. It's just like which version of Sam do you get? And so I'm curious to see which version of Sam that the 49ers get. Because that's pretty decent. That's a good throw right there. Touchdown. Find the open man. Soft spot in the zone. Touchdown. So again, those glimpses are there where he can be effective, be efficient, but it's like which version are we gonna get? You still had 2 fumbles, you had an interception. So this does feel like a kind of like the Sam Darnold experience of like you see why he was the number 3 overall pick, but then you also see maybe like why he hasn't found success or as much success as he's wanted where he's been at. And it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting what camp looks like for this guy. It really is going to be interesting to see what he does with Kyle. So, I mean, tape doesn't lie. The inconsistencies are still there. And I think at this point they are down. Oh no, they're down by 3. Down by 3 in the fourth quarter. Let's see what else we got. And it's snowballing. Ooh, Icky got beat fast. Fast, didn't see it coming, fumble. And then they score, and it's spiraled. 2 minutes left. and it's going downhill. So let's see, how does Sammy close it out? Oh, oh, oh. Wow. He was able to get away from that one. Oh, that guard got whooped. Ooh, what a beautiful spin. Or not a spin, swim. How he got out of that, I got no idea. Dang, and got a first down. And that was gross. That's gross. That's not a I don't know where that ball's going. So, as we're getting close, this tape is pretty much almost over. That is not a I don't know where he's that's not a good throw. That's just a bad throw, hashtag analysis. Don't know where it's going. Don't know who. I mean, there's a lot of you got two receivers there. It's you got three defenders. It's just not great. That's not great. Sammy Wheels, first down out of bounds. What can you do, Sam? I mean, the game's pretty much over. There's really it's a two. They're down two scores. They're playing for pride at this point, or just something crazy. But what do they got? 125 down two scores. You got to score now. Get oh, what was that? Oh, looks like a tip. Yeah, it just barely got it. But I mean, good thing it got tipped because that could have been an interception if it didn't get tipped. Whew. Woo. What are they doing? Okay, I think it's over. So it's pure desperation mode. Escape the pocket. That was almost a pick. So again, man, Sam is a very interesting evaluation. He's so like it's so what's that term, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, like kind of a thing, like that represents like two different people. It's like you've got this one almost throws an interception because he throws it basically right to the guy who's sitting down in the zone. And, it looks like he's staring it down too, right? So it's like that's the processing, I think, issues that we've all come to like that's kind of defined Sam up until this point. But then it's like, okay, they're basically in prevent. Obviously they're playing off, but he steps up into the pocket and delivers a pretty accurate throw 40 yards downfield. And it's like, man, if he could just somehow like figure it out. Like I don't know what it will take. I don't know. I don't know. If he could just figure it out. Like that it's there. He has the potential, which again is a dangerous word heading into like year 4 or 5, whatever it is. But yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a tough one. So, Sam, again, I'm not looking at that right now and being like, "Oh yeah, Sam's," and I think that was one of Sam's better games last year too. Like, I'm really not looking at it and being like, "Oh, Sam is going to take it over." Like, I see the glimpses, I see the potential, I see why probably Kyle Shanahan likes him. I see the arm talent, I see the mobility, but again, it all comes back to, I think, the same thing. It comes back to decision making. It comes back to those silly things like not fumbling the football. Um, I can live with an errant throw here or there. That's not going to be the end of me. Like I can live with that from any quarterback. Quarterback's not going to be 100% perfect on the throws that they make. So that's not the concerning part. Is I think the concerning part is when you see him try to force it. When you see him try to force it, then that's where it feels like the kind of snowballing starts to happen. He started out that game pretty well and doing things good, but as it progressed, you could start to see some of the issues in his game. So, again, not making projections, not making any type of anything. We just watched one full game of Sam Darnold. Both things are true. You can see the talent, you can see the ability, but it does still look like there are some processing things that he needs to work out, which we already knew. So I think that's the hard part with like what when we keep hearing everyone talk about Sam Darnold. Like we keep hearing everyone saying like Sam's gonna overtake Trey. I see one side of it, right, where you see the talent that he has, but you also still see the processing miscues and how things can snowball a little bit. So with Trey, I really think his key for making sure that he one locks up quarterback two, but challenges quarterback one is he's just got to be consistent. That's it. We know Trey Lance has the potential and the talent. He's just got to do it consistently. And if he can do it consistently, and I think you can say the same about both quarterbacks, honestly, is the reason why Brock, I think, had so much success is because he was consistent. He he really didn't have too many lapses. He wasn't perfect or anything like that, but he was consistent for the most part and was consistent at executing. Uh, and I agree 100% with what Tyler's saying. He says, "Can we all agree nobody knows anything right now?" Exactly. We don't know anything. That's why it's interesting that we keep I mean, and I get it. Like we're in that time of the year where there's really nothing to talk about. And we are going to be getting a lot of proclamations and projections and things like that. It's just the way it's going to be. Uh, but we don't know what is going to happen, and I agree. I think that's a fair statement. And when you look at both quarterbacks, Trey Lance and Sam, it's the guy who's going to be most consistent out of those two that I really think is going to win that job. And obviously, as long as Brock Purdy doesn't have any step backs, you would imagine Brock Purdy's going to take a step forward. So we're going to see, man. We are going to see. Uh, that's the hard thing about potential is potential can be there for a long time, but potential has to be realized and it has to turn into production. So Sam being 25, still young, maybe finding himself in an environment that he sees potentially fit for him to have success. Who knows if we see a turnaround? Who knows? But Trey has an opportunity. Uh, Sam has an opportunity, and Brock has an opportunity, and we'll see how it plays out. But does that also mean that we should do Trey Lance next? Because I'm not going to lie, I'd much rather talk about tape than talk about what other people are talking about. That's just me. I would much prefer just like actually watching film and then talking about what I see opposed to just like what other people think. Um, so we did Sam, and again, the whole point of doing Sam was just to watch. Like, what are we talking about, right? What are we talking about? What is everyone talking about? Okay, we got our eyes on it. I can understand why some people are saying what they're saying, but I also see the other side. I see both sides with Sam. I don't see Sam as being this finished product. I don't see Sam as this guy who's a shoe-in to come in and just take this job from Trey. I don't see it yet. I see the potential for it. I do. I do. I'm being 100% honest. I see the potential, but I don't see it as like a guarantee because if Trey gets better and Trey improves and he becomes more consistent, we don't know. We don't know how that's going to play out. That's why got to get to camp. But so we'll do Trey tape next, and we maybe we just like cycle through. We just kind of cycle through and hop through all the quarterbacks and just be like, by the time we get to training camp, we have watched so much quarterback tape that we're like, all right, we're ready to see how this actually plays out when these guys are all next to each other, running the same stuff, doing the same things. Uh, but what Trey tape do you guys want to watch? Um, we're not going to do it today. We're done with our tape session for today. So we got Sam out the way. We're going to do Trey next. Then we'll do Brock. We'll maybe bounce back and forth. But what Trey tape do you want to see? Do you want to see Chicago? Do you want to see uh, Texas? I mean, obviously, there's limited games that we can watch of Trey because there's only a couple, but we could do multiples. I'm trying to think if I have preseason. I don't know if I have preseason or not. So far I see Texans. One Arizona. Arizona tape is interesting. His first start. That's an interesting tape. But we can do Texans. We can do Texans. Uh, so I gotta make sure I still got that though. I should have it. I should have it. That would suck if I didn't have it. But I think, again, I'd rather just watch and talk about what we're seeing. See a lot of Texans games. Okay. So I'll see if I get I should have it. I should have it, but I got to double check. Um so we could watch some Texans because obviously that second half of the Texans game was so far I think the best sample that we've gotten from Trey. Was that second half. So we can compare and contrast halves of maybe why it wasn't. And we know, I mean, I know you guys remember seeing the mic'd up. Like he was nervous. He was nervous that game. Um, and I think that has a lot to do with what we've seen from Trey. It's like, man, just let Trey kind of work out the nerves, work out. And that's always been my thing with Trey. It's like I wish he was able to enter a situation that was an environment of belief for Trey. I still don't believe that, and I get it. Like you got to earn your spot, whatever. You gotta go out and earn it. It doesn't matter at that point. But again, a 21-year-old kid who really had just a glimmer of success, and it was just so small. Like what his sample size was before he was picked number 3 overall. He had all this like he to me wasn't a prospect that you kind of throw into the fire, if that makes sense. Like I think a guy like Justin Fields, you throw Justin Fields into the fire. Like you make him compete, you make him battle. You don't hand it to Justin Fields because Fields has been through it. He's been through those battles. He's been through that fire. So he is prepared already. Like he's battle tested, battle scarred. Trey wasn't. Trey wasn't. He just wasn't. And so when you take a guy, I think, who wasn't tested like that and who hasn't really faced those adversities, and he's now facing them for the first time at the NFL level, who's 21 years old, I'm sure there can be some confidence issues that develop as a result. And that's why always my whole thing was build an environment of belief around Trey. Like put this belief that Trey is the guy and let him be the starter. Let him know that he can go out there and he can have bumps and bruises. Like that's what the hope was. But we've come to learn that that wasn't where the 49ers were. The 49ers weren't in a spot to do that. They needed a guy who was going to be able to start and be effective and efficient right away because they had a championship on their mind. And so they kept, they made sure Jimmy was around, and you know, the rest is history. So, we'll see. We'll see how he handles it moving forward. But yeah, the quarterback situation, man, we already know. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be can't wait. So, shout out to everyone for tapping in. Hopefully, it was a nice break from just talking about what everyone else is talking about, or like talking about other people's comments on it, and we just watch tape. Just watch it. Run the tape. Let the tape speak for itself. And we'll do the same. We'll do the same with Trey. We'll do the same with Brock. We can even try to break down other positions outside the quarterback because obviously there's one topic that seems to consistently come up. Um, but hey, all good. Hey, let's go. Nice. Shout out to all you guys for 69K. Appreciate y'all. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Grab your cookies on the way out. Remember, we got OTAs starting on Monday. So we're going to get more 49ers content on Monday. And until then, We're going to keep vibing. Shout out to all you guys. Y'all the best. SDS gang. No matter how much we argue about quarterbacks, one thing remains. Go Niners. Appreciate y'all. We out of here. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to